So in order to, I think, discover how food tells a story, we have to treat food as text. When I think about this question, the first place that I think about to find an answer are the Jewish tools that we use to study a text. And in particular, the first is that of pardes, which is an acronym for pshat, which is like the surface level, basic understanding of what something is. Remez, which is like the hint, like what is this getting at? Drash, which is like, what do I think about this? What's my interpretation of this? And then sod, which is like, what's the secret meaning and understanding. The second way of understanding food as text is that context is delicious. And what context is the history of where this food thing comes from. Like, what's the geographical space that it comes from? Who is making it? What's their story?
When I was thinking about, that changing of season, we talk a lot about the food traditions and how they're tied to that calendar. So eggs represent a lot of those spring holidays, Easter, Passover. They show up in just about every Northern Hemisphere religious tradition for the spring holidays, and it's not a coincidence.
And then there's the third way that food tells a story, which is the Passover way that food tends to tell a story, which is symbolic. There's no clear beginning, no clear middle, and no clear end. It's symbolic. It's much more like poetry that takes you on a journey through an idea, a symbol that reminds you of something else, and then really sitting in that place in order to connect with it.
We see hard-boiled eggs, which hold a little bit longer. We've presented it this morning in the form of a deviled egg. And as I mentioned, it's sort of the marrying of these two seasons. So we have roasted beets lend some sweetness to the filling of the deviled egg. And then we have the eggs themselves, which are that spring to come. And then we've garnished with just a bit of parsley this morning, both for greenery and that sort of promise that spring is coming.
In one bite, you can have so many different places that your imagination can bring you to. And that's one of the joys of the eating experience. An elevated eating experience will take you to bigger and more beautiful places and hopefully be delicious. Play with your food, have fun.